Hello! Welcome back to another video. Today I'm doing Vanessa's nails and we're jumping right in with me making a little mold of a little bow. I normally don't do this. I have other bows, but I wanted a baby blue bow and I got this mold while I was in Japan, and so I was like, you know what? Perfect time. Let's do it. Let's make two. And then I'm just gonna start removing Vanessa's nails. So I'm just going in with a little, what's this called? Ceramic bit. And going around and getting a bunch of the crystals off. Wow, words right now. Not coming to me naturally. But do they ever really? No, not so much. I am using that ceramic bit. I'm going around the charms to basically not necessarily remove, but to create grabbing points that I can go in with my cuticle nippers, my old cuticle nippers, mind you, not my good ones, and pop all those charms off. But on this specific nail, you can see there are little tiny caviar beads in between all those little, not little, but big black beads. So I'm trying to get those out because those are in the depths of that nail. It's easier to get out with a cuticle bit. That's not a cuticle bit, with an e-file bit. Anyways, we've begun removing the charms. It's actually quite satisfying when you can just pop them off, just like this. And once you get one, then they usually all start to go. And then I'm just going through with my little Erica's ATA Gel X bit and filing down the surface of each of the nails. They're not super bulky, the majority of them, so they file down quite quickly, which is nice in terms of speed of service. And look at Vanessa's natural nails. They're so beautiful. People comment on them to me all the time. Clients of mine, whoever's watching the videos. People respond in DMs to me talking about how beautiful Vanessa's natural nails are, and she is blessed. Look at them. But that's not to say that other natural nails aren't great or other non-natural nails aren't great. Who needs natural nails? Nobody. We can pop extensions on. They can do the trick. They can look great. All depends on what you want in life. Whether it's natural nails, extensions, no nails at all. Who knows? I feel like I'm losing it today, guys. So just going through and pushing back the cuticles, getting that prep on, and then going in with my Erica's ATA nib bit, love this bit, and getting all up under the cuticle, getting that protein off the nail plate. Vanessa usually does a pretty good job taking care of her cuticles at home anyways. She's one of those gals who sometimes trims them, which I get. Sometimes if they're looking crusty, there's no shame. Trim the cuticles. Do it safely though. Careful though, guys, at home. Don't just like go at it. Go softly, go gently, because there's nothing worse than cutting your cuticles. There are worse things, but you know what I mean. And I'm getting all that dry skin off too, because it is winter. We're all dry and crusty right now, both I feel like physically and mentally. So you know, sometimes you gotta help out. I was thinking about how I don't plan what I'm going to say for videos, and I know it's got to be extremely obvious. There's absolutely no script. What's your preference for videos? I'm not going to script anything because that's just not my vibe, but do you prefer a scripted video? Do you like people just rambling their thoughts? My preference is the rambles, which is I think how I end up doing it, because I prefer watching videos where people are just talking about nothing in particular, or about submarine sandwiches. Okay, Vanessa always brings lunch when she gets her nails done or orders it. She got us some delicious sandwiches. I don't know where they're from actually. She wanted to order Lambo's, but Lambo's was closed, so she found a backup and they were great. I'm just going in with my sanding band here and on a slow speed going over her natural nails very gently, and then going over the gel product that remains on her nails, because we do have a gel builder base that I leave down and I just essentially fill or rebalance or whatever you want to call it. So just being very gentle, keeping those natural nails in good health, and then smoothing out any of like the little rough bits, making myself a beautiful surface to work on top of, and getting off any remaining product, colored product that I missed in the removal with the Gel X bin, as well as getting rid of any lifting. If there are any lifting down the sidewalls, anywhere, you got to get rid of that at this point, really. And then we're doing a shape change today. Vanessa wanted a square, or a square-esque, tapered square maybe, which is fun. So we're taking down her natural nails and making them square. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing. I'm just comparing the lengths. Vanessa is a pretty, she is a pretty hands-on person, so we do like to take them down every now and again. She lets them get pretty long, but sometimes they start to get in the way. Especially, she does work in an office as well, so she's got lots of typing to do. And when the nails get too long, nobody likes that. But she does suit a square as well. But I mean, who doesn't? I love a square. And then I do the flip upside down just to check a different perspective and make sure everything's straight looking, as it should be, like shape-wise. And then after a good wipe down, I'm going in with the zombie base coat from Mayo. Is it Mayo? No, it's Yogo. From Yogo. They're a sister company, Mayo and Yogo. But this one is specifically Yogo. But I love the zombie base coat. Whenever I order it, I get all my supplies from Sweetie Nail Supply because I am a brand ambassador for them. Use code Rebecca for 10% off. Whenever I order them, I order like 3 at a time because I'm like, I'm not going to be without this product. I like to have a stash, a backup stash, and then even when I think I'm out of a bottle, I put aside all my like empties and then I drain them all into each other, and then there ends up being like a whole almost other bottle's worth of product. It's great. I highly recommend that. If you think you're out of a gel, dump it either into another empty bottle of the same product or dump it into a separate jar or something. You have so much product left over. Don't throw that out. There's lots in there. And then I'm going with my Jinbei Coolier gel, which is the gel that it's a builder gel. It's a soak-off builder gel, and it is made to not have heat spikes. I have the occasional, I think I've had one person who still felt a little bit of warmth, but otherwise, like, you can do these full layovers. Is that what the word is? Overlays. Oh my god. And yeah, I always ask people, let me know if you feel anything, because I'm using this gel where you're not supposed to feel any heat spikes. Nobody really ever feels the heat spikes. That's great. It's also nice that it is a soak off, so that makes life easier down the line if you want to remove it. The one thing I will note about it is super sticky once cured. There's a very sticky layer on top, so you gotta give it a few good wipe downs. This one is in the thick, is it thick? There's 3 different variations. There's standard, I believe thick, and then hold. I think that's, anyways, this is the middle one. So it is relatively stiff, but it does self-level. The thicker one even, it is quite stiff as well, but it does also self-level, so I do use that one sometimes on longer nails. And then the standard is quite flowy, and it is quite nice to work with. I love a flowy gel, but when it comes to longer nails, or if I'm trying to build a lot of structure, then I do usually go for something a little bit more stiff. And this is a good one. If you're looking for somewhere to start, if you want to try out these products, I would recommend this one, this kind of middle ground, because you can use it for both short and long nails with no issues. But if you wanted to do like extensions with it, then I would say go for the hold, the even stronger one, because then you're good on that front. You can really sculpt with them. And giving everything a good wipe down, and then going in and refining the shape. So I start by doing the sidewalls to make sure everything is straight, and then go around the cuticle just to seal the cuticle, make sure it's flush with the natural nail, and then go over the top and really refine the kind of silhouette of the nail, make sure the apex is in the right spot, make sure everything's cute and smooth, and I also always hit like the free edge, make sure that's maintained or has a nice shape still after applying the gel. And Vanessa wanted a slightly, not a sharp square, not a soft square, but like a slightly softer corner, so that way she didn't like cut her face out open when she was trying to, you know, put makeup on or something. Because you know, when you get a sharp square, the first few days are a hazard. You gotta watch out, watch what you're doing with those nails. I have definitely cut myself with a sharp square. Scary stuff. And I'm just going over her natural nails. I mean, that's not her natural nail, but you know, the product on top. Going over that buffed surface with a base coat. This is just the 2-in-1 base coat from the gel bottle. It's just a bottle I have left. I'm trying to work my way through it. It's nothing spectacular. I usually use it around this point because it's thin I'm not looking to add any bulk or anything. I'm just looking to smooth out the base. So I'm adding it as a nice thin product. And just getting the surface ready. And then I'm using the color Princess from the gel bottle. This actually was always one of my favorite pink gels, and it is really, really pretty. I've talked about it before, it's not my favorite consistency of gel products. I don't love the gel bottles colored products because they can be a little bit streaky, a little bit sheer, but it's not terrible. This one specifically, I just love, love, love the shade of pink. So I'm going ahead and using that, and as well as using Au Naturel from the gel bottle. Again, this is a nude that I do love. A lot, if not all of my clients also love that. Whoever gets nude, they almost always opt for Au Naturel. I will say that now with the Bala syrups from palette 1 and palette 2, I think palette 2 primarily, people have been really loving those shades as nudes as well. So Au Naturel has some contenders. But yeah, it is quite popular amongst my clients because it's very neutral in color. It doesn't lean too cool, doesn't lean too warm, and it is sheer, and I love a sheer nude. But yeah, so doing all the nails, I'm going to do 2 coats of these 2 colors on all the nails. Apply a thin layer of each so they cure well without any weird wrinkling. But today's art design isn't too complex. But, so I am going to be showing it to you on both hands, because it doesn't take too long. I guess let's talk about today's design. I haven't even mentioned it. Oh my god. We're doing Opanchu. Oh my god, why was I just struggling to say that? We're doing Opanchu nails. Oh, you guys. My brain. Opanchu Usagi. This is a little character from Japan. They're like a little like comic book type character, but like just like little tiny 1 square, 2 square comics. They're so cute. I'm just going over these nails right now with a matte top coat because I'm going to be doing lots of airbrushing. But Opanchu, I discovered while I was in Japan at Kittyland. All the Kittylands have quite a big display of Opanchu, and I thought that they were so cute. So I brought back stuff, Opanchu themed stuff for both Vanessa and Di, and now we're obsessed with Opanchu. But today's set is also extra special because I made all of my airbrush stencils. I've been using my Cricut, I'm making my airbrush stencils, we're feeling real cute about it. I will, if you're watching this video, sneaky peeky, I am planning on making and selling my own airbrush stencils. So keep an eye out on that. I've been working on it. It will be coming sometime in the future, but not yet. So I'm doing some layering here with airbrush stencils. I made this kind of gingham airbrush stencil and I layered that over the heart so that way we could make a gingham heart. How fucking cute. And then I'm just going to go through with lots of the hearts and then just do a light dusting over top of them so we have a little like outlined white stencil situation. And I use One Air airbrush paints. They are an acrylic. They are skin safe, dermatologically tested, they're cosmetic grade pigments, so you can apply them, you can spray them down. If they get on the client's skin, that's no big deal. They are water based, you can wipe them away. I will say, I get a lot of questions about airbrushing. If you're airbrushing with gel based paints, and I want to make sure to preface, gel based paints, not mixing gel with acetone, I do not recommend that. But if you're working with gel-based paints, it is a whole different process than using acrylic paints. And even there are different kinds of acrylic paints where you have to do mixes. The One Air paints are all pre-mixed, so I don't have to dilute them at all. The process is totally different. So if you are getting into the airbrush paint world, I would definitely do some research, and definitely don't use acetone mixed with gel because then you're just sending all those acetone bits into your lungs, which is not safe. And you definitely want to make sure that you're wearing you as like the service provider, you're wearing a mask, you're protecting yourself while you're doing this kind of stuff. If you can put a dust collector below, that would be great. Also, yeah, keep yourself safe. These are Opanchu's eyes. I made this airbrush since I was very excited about it. Opanchu is always on the verge of tears. That is one of their claims to fame. So I'm doing a little layered stencil of their eyes. How cute! Oh my god, I love them. And then I recently got these glitter star stickers. I ordered them specifically in silver and gold because I thought they would be a great alternative to like just hand painting chrome stars. I'm actually obsessed with them. I haven't used the silver and gold yet, but I've used the black and the white. And they're incredible. They make life a lot easier. And they kind of just add a nice finishing touch to everything. So I'm applying them before I clear coat in my airbrush because I always clear coat my airbrush before I even top coat it, just to be like double protection. But I'm applying these first so that way the surface is even more smooth by the end of things, if that makes sense. But yeah, I feel like these stars really just like complete it. Doesn't it look so cute? I think I got these stars on Temu. I think you can get them everywhere though. And then I'm just going around the edge of each nail and giving them a bit of a file. I treat my airbrushing the exact same way I treat my chrome. So I always file the edge to make sure that there's nothing on the edge of the nail. It's also a nice time to kind of like reshape anything if anything lost its way a little bit. And then I'm going to go in with my base coat. This is an Izemi base coat. Again, it's another product that I'm just trying to use up, but it is great for capping an airbrush. So I work one finger at a time so nothing shifts around, and then I get her to pop it right in the lamp after I've coated the one individual finger. And then I do obviously one finger on one hand, then the other hand, then back, then the other hand again. You guys have seen me do this a million times. And now I am, once everything's coated in clear gel, I'm applying the charm. So I've just dunked that charm that I made earlier right in my Jinbei Ivy, what's it called? Ivy something gel. Ivy Fix gel. And it is a gel that's made to adhere charms. So I just dunk it so it's got a full even coverage. And then if I need to, I can finesse everything with a little brush. But yeah, dunking big charms is like, it's a game changer. And on this nail, I just went in with my McCart rhinestone gel. I do love a tubed rhinestone gel. And I'm popping my little silver beads on. Because you guys know I use these silver beads whenever physically possible. And I use my Diami pin cure light just to flash cure. It's a great thing to have on hand. I definitely recommend a little pin cure if you don't have one already. I would actually love to try the Jello one because it is like touch based. So if you're applying, what's it called? Extensions, you can just touch it with your hand and the light comes on rather than pressing a specific button. So definitely recommend looking into that. I'll leave a link for that as well down below if you were looking for a pin cure light. And then I just like to go in and I like to make sure all my charms are well adhered, that nobody's gonna go anywhere. With a little product around the sides, with those charms, with the faces on the Opanchu charms, I do like to go over top just to make sure all the faces and painted details are locked in there. And then I'm top coating with my zombie top coat. My favorite top coat at the moment. It's so shiny and so like, it's just a dream. Really levels things out. If you're working with anything with a bit of thickness, flip that hand upside down and get this perfect smooth surface. We love her. And here you have the finished Opanchu set. How freaking cute. I hope you guys like it. Let me know if you have any questions down below and what other videos you want to see. I'll catch you in the next one.